To the 2026 Benel Beach Club Coachman Nova. Gonna give you a quick rundown here. This is the inverter. It takes the power from the batteries and the engine to all of the plugs here. This you use to extend the awning. This is, I'll send you a video separately on this. This one's for heating the house here, the RV portion. You just want to either do gas or batteries, but also need a separate video again on all that. And then this one here, this is the hot water. You need about a half hour for it to heat up. Then you can switch here between gas, mixing gas, or electric. This is where you control how fast the air comes out if you want hot air. This is the main power. You hit this one specifically, turns everything on, turns everything off. As long as that's on, the refrigerator and freezer will work. If you want to use the microwave, which is also I think an induction oven, something to that effect, or convection, you need to have, and the same thing with the air conditioner, you just need to have the generator going for more power. So stove is induction, pots and pans are here, and then if we go into the back here, you'll see back here, this is where the ladder and everything is. This is an extra water pump. There's one on the digital screen there and up in the front, but you can do this one as well to turn on the water. Any of the three of those work. Those are just in case the screen doesn't come on, you can still use the water pump. You need the water pump on to turn on the sink out here, kitchen sink, the sink in the bathroom, and the toilet. This is a expanding ladder. So you just take the safety strap off of it, and then it extends. You put it on an angle like this, right up to the top. These kind of give you a little bit of safety. It comes with another ladder, but we find this one to work the best. It's got the rubber feet, but you still just want to be really careful if you have kids. Also, just to bring down the ladder, you just pull both of these with both hands, and it collapses into itself. Also in here, we have charging cables, a water fill hose if you need in case of emergency, and there's also the cable for shore power. And then there's a blue twisty cable in there. That blue cable you can use over here on the side of the RV. On the side of the RV up over here. You pop it in here and you can use that as a hose with the water pump on. Takes regular gas right here. Nothing special, definitely not diesel. I'll send you a picture that does all these. One's black water, one's gray water. You just pull these. So you just open this like this and then pull it. But to dump to sewage or wherever you're dumping it, you just want to come here. There's an accordion in here. There's a whole diagram again I'll share with you for all this. But very simple to use. I don't know why this isn't closing. If you need to use the liquid propane tanks, just make sure this on it says LF, but it's actually LP. There's storage all throughout here. Recommend not putting too much, maybe like a small backpack or whatever. Nothing too heavy. We want to make sure everything it's not too overweighted. Also in here is Starlink in case of emergencies. You plug it in, make sure it has a connection. You can use that in emergencies. You don't have to pay the $40 unless you want to use it for streaming TV. There's also a USB-C connection here for this, so you can connect to an iPad or phone here. To open and close these, you just go like this, push down, and then to use the screen is like this, like that. For that, and then also this is for shore power. This is for cable connection if it's the 90s. This is for solar, you don't need to worry about those. One of these is for flushing out the tank after you've emptied it, to clean it out so there's no smell. One is for city water connection if you have water, and another one is for filling the tank. This is the heater exhaust for the water heater, and then this is the exhaust for the generator. And then what else? These are completely tinted, so you can't see at all, even at night. They're 100% tinted, nothing can be seen through them. We did that so that we don't have to do the magnets, which are super annoying. Another cool thing back here, if you want to use the screen, you can pull this down. You want to pull this down first before bringing the bed down. We'll show you to bring the bed down. You just push that button right up there and the bed comes down. If you're going to put the bed back up and it's being weird, if one person just gently pushes up on the back here while the other person's pushing the button, sometimes it just needs a little help, but it should be fine. And then lastly, there's a toolbox here in case of emergencies. What else? Refrigerator, freezer. As long as the battery's on again, it will drain the batteries, but again, it will keep the freezer cold. If you see this start going down below 12, like 12.2, I think is what it is, you just hit this. Or if you start the motor, the regular motor charges the batteries, the generator charges the batteries, and also in here, the solar charges the batteries. On here also, if you want to turn the lights on, you just hit this, turns everything on. You can see everything, how much fresh water you have right now. It's empty, holds 27 gallons of water. Also gray, black tanks, all empty. Propane's at 63%. There's also a connection off the side of the RV you can use that turns on and off the propane. I keep it on all the time so that way you don't have to go over there and fiddle with it. Also, if there's ever an electrical issue, the power won't come on, plugs aren't working, generator's not working, you can come over here, just like a kitchen safety, there's a GFCI. This is the main one. You switch this and it resets everything. One other important feature is the propane stuff is right there if you ever need it for whatever reason. What else? Right underneath of here, if you ever lose the key, there's another one right underneath the middle of the back of the vehicle. It's magnetized up under there. You can feel when you reach under, just in front of the wheel, into the side there. To open and close this, you just twitch this. This opens and closes also. So be careful because it's thin screen. When you do the lights, it'll say patio, or I forget what it's called. It's this light, and there's another light under here for nighttime. Also, to do the toilet, so this is a sink. If you want water, you just do shower, and then make sure here, water pump, that turns everything on. This pulls all the way out and connects here. You can use it as a shower. You just use this just regular, and then you can push this to do shower or whatnot. Also here, you'll see on the side, there's a pedal. So when you're using the toilet, you want to just push this halfway. You'll push just a little bit, and it'll start to fill like that. You want to fill it up, especially the first time. Let some water dump through it, and then you do that. Push it all the way, and then it drains. So push it just a little bit just to fill it, and then all the way drains. And then this is waterproof in here, and then also you just do the screen here. That's how you make the bed go up and down like this. Makes the bed go up and down. Lastly, these just disconnect here. Take these pieces off. You take two of them. When there's one behind the driver's seat, you take both here, put both flat on these edges so it sits across, and then you go like this across, and then turns into queen size bed. These are the tables here. You can make these go up, down. They're nice if you want to have someone to eat. There's also a positioning point up here at the front, so you can use this here. So you can use the tail back there up here. There's two pieces. There's another metal piece up here you can use. Lastly, to make this go up, you want to unclip these. And then you'll see there's a button here. You just push this. You push that, and then you'll see right now it's locked. But if you push this in, it unlocks it. And then as you're pushing it in, you'll see it'll go up. Just keep pushing, 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 and it stays up. It's on a spring. It doesn't lock. It just stays pulled up. And then to pull it down, you just kind of want to be halfway up on the ladder here. And then just kind of pull down both sides here. We strongly recommend not fiddling with this because it's paper. I mean, you can technically very slowly open this, but we recommend keeping it closed. Also, we tell everybody to make sure not to step here. People have to grab on this. We've had to have it fixed multiple times. That's why we say hot surfaces, not hot. This is just a safety thing. But when kids are up there, we make sure nobody steps here to try and get down or any of this. We want to use this side only where these are. The ladder doesn't latch into these. These are old. But you just want to lean the ladder this way. And then again, to keep this closed, keeps it cooler in here, better insulated. And then the bed's up there. 2 adults can fit up there. There's USB connections, lights, What else? Also up in here, folded up, is a rug. We recommend putting that down front. It just helps absorb any of the dust and whatnot when you're coming in and out of the RV. And then up in here, see where I'm looking here, there's magnets, magnet screens for privacy. You can put, there's one that goes across the front and there's one that goes across each side. You put it right on the right side and it just magnetizes so nobody can see it at night. But again, this is all tinted nicely, so that way helps with the heat and a little bit of privacy during the day. And there's also upgraded LED lights. Last thing I'll show you is here in the front, you will see that there is, in the front we'll see it's full tank of gas. See here, my favorite feature, you can see behind you all the time when you're driving, because obviously you can't see otherwise. So this is to see behind you, and then it has CarPlay, wireless charging here. And then also you plug in here. If you want, you can do Apple CarPlay that way, but this is to charge. And then if you ever need to see where you are, what's going on around you, you hit the vehicle button, like this. There we go, sorry. You hit the vehicle button, surround camera, and you can see all around the vehicle. You can't see to the right there because the door's open, but you can see all around 360, no matter where you are. This fits in a normal parking space. It's 21 feet tall. Another important fact, it's 9 feet 1 inch, so I want to be cognizant of that if you're going under a low bridge or somewhere that has a low awning. And then also you can look at all the different camera angles here. So we picked this RV specifically because it has all these features and then it fits in a normal parking space. So we can actually see here, my daughter just closed, and now you can actually see all the way around the vehicle. So super awesome. Everything like in the front here drives just like a normal RV or like a U-Haul truck. Drives super nice. We put upgraded tires on it so it has better turning ability and holds more weight. Last safety feature I'll show you is up here. There's 4 buttons. You can do top left at the top left mirror, bottom left mirror, top right, bottom right. You can switch between all those. Parking brake, automatic, but you can use that especially if you're on a hill. Other than that, all these features are all normal, just like a normal pickup truck. But yeah, best features of this vehicle, surround, always available to you. Any questions, feel free to reach me direct. Last thing I'll show you is underneath of my seat here, you'll see there's one on each front corner of this. One, if the vehicle stopped, you can spin the seats around and face that way, and then you have the table there. And there's a table right behind the seat. And then also on the other side, there's one to recline the seat. That seat doesn't really recline that much because there's a refrigerator behind it. And then also there's the bar here, just like an old school pickup truck where you can go forward and backwards. Other than that, that is it for the vehicle. And do we have anything else, Brooklyn?
No.
Nothing else? Okay.